Hey folks, how we doing? Sandamtod here. Listen to some jams on the radio while I'm driving from here to there, you know what I'm saying? So, got me to thinking though, who are some of my favorite singers in the rock genre, metal genre? I know there are some great singers outside of that genre, female artists, as well as male artists, but I'm going to stick to the rock genre, because that's primarily what I listen to, and I was going to do like a top 5, but I'm just going to kind of think while I'm driving and do some notables, and I might draw some blanks on some names, so you'll have to forgive me for that. Well, the band I'm listening to right now, Soundgarden, it's one of my top 2 probably favorite bands ever, 2 or 3. We've discussed this before, and I'll probably mention the other people that sing for those bands as well. But Chris Cornell has got such a range, and no matter what band he's been in, whether he's doing solo work or when he was with Audioslave or Soundgarden, it's just, he's one of my favorite singers of all time. He's got range, and he sings. He doesn't yell. He doesn't, but he's got force behind that voice, and it's awesome. I mean, I wish I could sing like that. It's pretty amazing. And so he's probably, if I was going to do a top whatever, maybe the top dog in my mind. Another guy that I rest in peace, Lane Staley. I loved Alice in Chains, and his voice was very distinct and very, very good in that style, and he had some power too. It's sad that he died of a heroin overdose, and I hate to see anybody go before their time, so to speak. But he had problems evidently, but I really loved Alice in Chains. I still like Alice in Chains, but I really loved it with Lane. And let's see, thinking of another guy that's long gone, Kurt Cobain. I loved Nirvana, and Kurt's voice, even though it's the distinctiveness of it. It's not necessarily, I'm sorry if the camera's like right in the sun, the distinctiveness of it and stuff, not the necessarily the range or the power or whatever, but just the way his voice meshed with the type of music they did and stuff. It was great. I loved all of Nevermind. It caused me to go back and look at some other albums and end up buying Bleach, and then In Utero came out, and all 3 of those albums have a distinctly different sound. I mean, Bleach is more of a punk sound. In Utero is just wild. I mean, if you listen to it, it's just, I remember that when I first bought it, I was like, this is so bizarre. I mean, compared to the Nevermind, but Nevermind was more, I hasten to say it was more of a commercial album, but it grooved with more people, and I think he tried to really make the next album not bizarre, but stand out compared to that, because of the fact that he didn't know how, in a way, to deal with that commercial success. I mean, it was like thrust upon the band and stuff, and I don't know if that was part of what happened to lead up to him eventually committing suicide or whatever, but I mean, it was pretty crazy, what's his face? The drummer, the singer for Foo Fighters. What is his name? Dave Grohl. He went on, and he's got a distinctive voice. I wouldn't say he's one of my more favorite, like, powerful, singers, but he's got a good voice, and I love Foo Fighters as well. They put out solid records that have solid songs on them every time. At least 3 to 5 good songs. I mean, radio quality, good jam tunes every time. You know, and I don't know. You know, I mean, that's quality to me. You know, another band that no longer has the guy in it. Now there's the guy from Linkin Park singing for him, but is Stone Temple Pilots. Scott Weiland has a great voice, but he's just got so many problems. You know, it's just the guy needs to straighten himself out. You know, but his voice is awesome, and you know, sometimes some of that fame, you know, can get to you or whatever. And you never know what's going on with people in their personal lives, you know. But some other notable guys, I mean, I like Dave Mustaine's voice in Megadeth. Some people don't like Megadeth, some people do, you know. It's just one of those things, you know. Pink Floyd, I mean, the singer, you know, there is just got a great voice, and I love Pink Floyd. Is it Roger Waters? I don't know. Yeah, Roger Waters. You know, Robert Plant for Led Zeppelin. I mean, just awesome, powerful voice. There's some guys that are good, but they don't have a lot of range or anything like James Hetfield. I mean, he doesn't have a huge range. I think over the years he's kind of worked on it a little bit, but you know, for the most part, he's always been in that kind of growl, mid-range. You know. Sorry for the quick break, and you know, but it works for their music, and it makes, you know, a cohesiveness to the songs and stuff. I'm trying to think of other bands. Those are some of the ones that I listen to on a more regular basis. Billy Corgan, you know, for Smashing Pumpkins. His voice is, you know, you would think, oh, it's kind of whiny and stuff, and it did have kind of a little bit of a whine to it, but I really liked it. That Siamese Dream album for me was one of the best. I mean, I remember I ended up, after Siamese Dream, I bought Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness one day after work, and I put it in my, I think it was a cassette. I bought the dual cassette because it was before CDs were really big, and I drove from Lee's Summit down south to Warrensburg and back, and just listened to the whole album. And you know, there were a lot of good songs on it, but I just I didn't jive with it as much as I did Siamese Dream. And let's see, I was thinking of another guy while I was talking about that. Green Day, Billy Corgan. I really like I liked Green Day a lot back in the day, especially in the Insomniac, or is it Somniac, and Dookie, those albums. The later, after that, after an American Idiot and all those came out, I haven't listened to Green Day as much, but you know, those Dookie and Insomniac were a couple of my favorites. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's just so many singers, and there's so many bands. I mean, there's obviously some I'm not thinking of. I really like the guy that used to sing for Queensryche. That's an old band, Queensryche. There, he had a great range. I'm trying to think of other things. Axl Rose, even for Guns N' Roses. I thought he had an excellent voice in Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and even Appetite for Destruction. I thought it was insane what happened and how they fell apart, and you know, he put out this Chinese Democracy album or whatever, and I just don't care anymore, you know. But back then, when he put out those, you know, those 3 albums in a row, I mean, it was just like, or not in a row, I mean, but I guess Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 were released at the same time, from what I remember. They weren't staggered. But, you know, I don't know. That's about all I can really draw on right now. I mean, I like David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar for that matter, and you know, there's other guys. Jimi Hendrix had a really distinct voice, you know, things like that. But I don't know. I can't really. I'm almost to my destination, so I'm thinking more about that. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thanks, folks, for listening to this little ramble about top singers in the metal and rock genre, according to Adam. And let me know below in the comments what you think, or who some of your favorites are, if you agree with some of the ones, railroad tracks, that I picked, you know. And we'll talk at you later. That's a little bit of a something different. I know I just posted my video saying I wanted to do some different stuff, so this has happened on my mind because I was listening to radio. So anyway, thanks. I'll talk to y'all later.